Hi everybody. Today I'm here at Francis Slocum State Park, one of the gems of the 120th District, and I'm pleased to be with Ranger Martin, correct? Is that how it is?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And he's going to tell us a little bit of information about Francis Slocum and why you should come out and visit us. So let's start with, how many acres is this?
So the park is just shy of 1,100 acres.
Oh wow, okay. And how about the lake?
The lake is 165 acres. It's a horseshoe-shaped lake.
It's a fantastic lake. And we were just talking, how many boat launches do you actually have here?
So there's 3 boat launches. One main boat launch in the day use area near where we're at right now. A second boat launch for the public on Carverton roadside. And then there's a third one on the campground side that's mainly for our campers to utilize.
And the campground, I don't think a lot of people realize that you actually have a campground on the facilities. Can you tell us a little bit about that? How many people fit?
We do. We have 100 sites. There's one loop that's electric, and then the other ones are mostly just tent camping with bathhouse and facilities like that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I've seen stuff come over. And you actually do stuff in the campground during the year. Don't you, movies or something for the...
So we do. We have our environmental educator will from time to time run programs through there. And there's a little kind of auditorium type area out in the woods that they utilize. So.
Yeah, I think that's great. So I come out here a lot and walk my dog. We have a good time. It's actually our time together. And when it comes to the lake, there's a lot of trails that people, are there easy trails that people can walk on and then the more difficult ones?
There are. We have a mix. Some of the trails are more easily accessible and the terrain is a lot better. And then we have some that are a little more challenging. And then also for elderly people or people recovering from injuries, there's a lot of folks that just utilize our road system and walk on the pavement all throughout the park. So you still get the scenery, but it's easy walking.
I remember that I had to have ankle surgery, so I didn't go on the trails. I stayed onto the pavement, and you can still get a lot of miles in on that, which is great.
Absolutely.
And you meet so many great people when you're out here just walking through the park.
You do. There's always some people here all the time.
And you guys are always great. You know, we stop and say hello and check on people, and that's really important. What's your day-to-day look like out here at the park? Can you let people know?
Sure. So I do a lot of patrolling through the vehicle. I'll also get out and walk the trails, do foot patrols that way, foot patrols through the campground. I'll talk to anyone that has any questions for me or just wants to say hello. And then our main focus here is just making sure that everyone that comes here is safe and is able to enjoy the park without worry about, you know, something happening. There's always someone here to call, whether there's an injury or anything like that. We're nearby, and we try to keep our eyes on the park and just make sure everyone's welcome and protected. So.
And I can attest to that. It's really a family, fun, safe environment to come out here because you guys really are always around patrolling and checking on people. So that's really great. There's a ledge or a trail that comes into a famous kind of ledge out here.
Yeah, so
it's
Francis Slocum was abducted by American Indians, and it's the historic rock shelter where they believe she was held and stayed overnight. And that's a short walk from the boat rental parking lot in the park. So most people can handle that trail if they wanted to go visit.
Oh, that'd be great. It's a little piece of history, or a little piece of something that we have going on back here in the back mountain. You have a pool out here.
Yes.
Pool.
So Memorial Day weekend, and it goes through Labor Day weekend.
Okay, that's great. And what's the charge to go to the pool?
It's $7.
Okay.
There is a discount for campers, and children at a certain age are free.
Free. Okay. And then I just found out you have LCTA, our mass transit, actually comes out here a certain time of year.
We do. From July 1st to August 31st, they run a bus. I believe it's 3 times a day that goes from the city of Wilkes-Barre right to our pool. They drop you off.
Right to the pool for a drop-off, which is great for people who can't get out here. And I think that ride is free. Are they providing that for free? So the public can jump on the bus and come out here to the park and enjoy it for the day.
That's correct.
With a free round-trip ride. What else can you tell me about this park that makes you guys special?
So we have the fishing, which some other lakes, you have to deal with motorboats and everything like that. Francis Slocum is different. We only allow electric motors or paddle. Okay. So if you're a kayaker or just have a small fishing vessel and you don't like all the wake and getting knocked around,
that would be me.
This is the perfect spot to come to because it's usually on a calm day you can see. It's easy to get where you want. It's like glass, and the fishing's actually really, really good here.
I attend a really great event that Back Mountain Police and you guys put on for the youth in our area. Can you talk about that a little bit? Because I
Sure.
love that you actually use that and actually rope off an area or net off an area so that the kids have a good chance of catching fish, right?
That's correct. I'm actually part of the Back Mountain Police Association, and here at the park, utilizing Pavilion 3 in the area near the handicap accessible dock, it's approximately 400 feet of netting that they put into 3 sections, and we put about 1,000 trout in there. All the fishing pools, all the bait, everything is handed out for the kids. They don't have to worry, and it's all comes from sponsors throughout the community. So they get to come here, they get to fish, they get to interact with law enforcement in a positive light, and everybody walks away with a prize at the end. And the lucky kids that catch a big trout, for all the different age groups, male and female, they get a bike for having the biggest catch of the day.
I've been out for that. It's quite the event because you actually have the fire departments come out. You guys have your trucks out and the different equipment that you guys are using. So that's a fantastic event.
It is, and it's more than just fishing. They'll have different spots for wherever they'll get fishing instruction at one spot. They'll have activities. They'll get to interact with the fire department, and they'll get to use the smokehouse simulator. So there's a lot of education beyond just catching fish.
Beyond just catching fish. So are there any other events that I may not know about that you guys host here? I actually know you can do yoga, right? Over I've seen some yoga taking place in the park.
Yeah, some people come here, they do yoga. We have our Heritage Day Festival at the end of the year. And just throughout the year, most people just come out here for a good time and picnic because maybe they don't have the biggest backyard, and this is kind of everyone's backyard.
That's a great way to put it. I love that. And the pavilions, people can actually reserve a pavilion if they want to have a party out here,
Yes,
right?
they can. They can use, they can call the office. They'll get all the information they need, or off our website through the reservation center, the same way you would reserve a campsite.
Okay.
You can reserve our pavilions.
That's great. And you allow charcoal cooking, I think, on the grounds? You have the grills out here?
We do. There's grills at multiple locations. And we have the receptacles for when you're done and your coals are cooled down. You can put them in the receptacles so that it's nice for the next person.
Nice. And then for those that don't know, we actually have kayaks and stuff on grounds that they can rent, correct, over on the boat rental?
There is. So there is a concessioned out boat rental where they can rent rowboats, kayaks, and they can do it by hourly. So they can just show up without any of it, and they can find something to do here.
They find something to do, right? And I think that's really great for people who've never kayaked before, might want to try it.
Right.
And then they may become hooked and be out here on the lake with everybody else.
Right. They don't have to do that initial purchase. They can come out and give it a test run and make sure they like it first. So.
It really is cool to see families and kids and grandparents out here fishing with their grandchildren, especially on both sides of the lake, because I tend to do this big figure-8 loop that's up here.
Sure. And they're here all the time. And it is good because people are able to bring their kids out here, and they're able to show them the things that maybe their parents, grandparents showed them growing up. So it continues through the generations, that outdoor,
And that's so important, especially in today's day and age, to get people outside, I feel away from the electronics that we're all tied to. Let's get outside and have some fun. That's very important.
I agree with that.
And it's dog friendly, right? But on leash.
On leash, yes.
On leash, dog friendly.
Yes, and throughout the park, we also have bags so you can clean up after your dog. You don't even have to bring your own. There's multiple locations and garbage cans. So if you keep the dog leashed, you clean up after them, they're welcome. And
it's great for the next one.
Yep.
Don't be surprised though if you get a deer pop up in front of you, and your dog. I've had that happen.
Yeah.
But it is kind of cool. You're outside, right? You want to have a good time with that.
That's the part of it, yes.
It is. So I really want to thank you for what you do. I want to thank you and your staff for what you do and for maintaining this park and keeping it safe for families and for friends to come out here and to bond. It means a lot to me. And I know it means a lot to the state of Pennsylvania and our state parks and the residents of the 120th District. Be sure to get out here, check out Francis Slocum State Park. And if you see a ranger, please thank him for being here and for what he does for our community and to keep our parks safe.